So most people know that during the Vietnam War, the United States military used various rainbow herbicides, Agent Orange, Agent Green, Agent Blue, Agent Pink, Agent White, all of those, in an attempt to deforest the area so the Viet Cong could not use the rainforest in order to hide. But did you know that during the Vietnam War, there were multiple operations by the US military in which the goal wasn't to destroy the foliage, but it was to dry it out enough that they could create self sustaining wildfires and multiple firestorms that would expose enemy positions and destroy enemy positions? The first operation, nicknamed Operation Sherwood Forest, was in early March of 1965, in which 78,000 gallons of herbicide was dumped on Bolo Forest in Vietnam, and then M35 incendiary bombs were dropped from B 52 bombers in an attempt to create a firestorm. It did not work. The forest was too wet, and none of the forest fires actually took off, but it generated intense interest in the actual idea of setting wildfires in an attempt to destroy any of the foliage. So they went back to the drawing board and realized they should reach out to the US Forestry Service, and they put forth a team of technicians who were experts in the field of forestry fuels to figure out what to do next. The next plan they came up with, which went into effect in early 1966, was to drop 22,000 gallons of Agent Orange on Chupong Mountain in Vietnam, and then in two separate operations, dump 172 tons of M35 incendiary bombs on the mountain in an attempt to set it on fire. Those two flight operations, and I'm not kidding, were nicknamed Operation Hot Tip 1 and Operation Hot Tip 2. Neither one of these operations, Hot Tip 1 or Hot Tip 2, produced a wildfire. Neither one produced a firestorm. However, the military decided that it improved visibility down into the jungle enough that further research was necessary to see if this was possible. The next operation, nicknamed Operation Pink Rose, was going to be slightly different than the first two. This one, they were going to fly over with Agent Orange and Agent White, wait for it to kill the foliage, and then fly over with Agent Blue, which would dry it out to be conducive for fire spread. They would then fly over with B-52 bombers equipped with M35 incendiary bombs, and it would start forest fires that would denude the trees to prevent it from being used as cover for the Viet Cong. In order to support this, they dumped 255,000 gallons of herbicide on the Vietnam forest. In a not at all shocking twist, it did not work. Neither did Operation Pink Rose 2 or Operation Pink Rose 3. After the failures, the US Forestry Service suggested they stop trying because Vietnam was too wet. But the US military was inspired to try again with Operation Inferno and Operation Banish Beach after some fishermen angry with the Viet Cong set the forest on fire successfully. The US military then dropped 55-gallon drums out of planes and shot them with napalm and rockets in an attempt to set them on fire, but failed spectacularly and gave up after.